Chemotherapy treatment can take months, even years to complete. To a child, 2 years can feel like forever. So when patients at St. Jude finish chemotherapy, we celebrate with a no more chemo party.
1, 2, 3.
Our patients have the cutest SMILEs. Our patients have the sweetest HEARTs. Oh, we love to see you every day. But now's the time you get to say, pack up your bags, get out the door. You don't get chemo anymore.
Welcome to the Geocache Talk Network's 9th annual podcast of Hope. This year we are hoping to raise $12,000 for St. Jude Children's Hospital. These donations directly fund life-saving treatments and groundbreaking research. Your contribution, no matter the size, can bring hope to families facing the toughest battles of their lives. Imagine a place where families battling life-threatening illnesses never see a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food. That's St. Jude. Every dollar you give helps these kids get the care they need and the hope they deserve. We've heard countless stories of courage and resilience from families who found a lifeline in St. Jude, and it's not just about the incredible medical care. It's about the community of support, the warmth, the love that you can be a vital part of. Now, let's join our hosts of the Geocache Talk Network's podcast of Hope.
Thank you for being with us tonight and supporting St. Jude kids like me.
So real quick note, something I should have mentioned early on, and I have failed to do that, so I apologize. One thing I mentioned in the first hour, which I need to do every hour, but we do have not only the things that we've mentioned earlier about the prizes, but we do have a couple that we mentioned early on that are every hour. So I want to mention them again and give them a lot of special attention because I want to give them special attention. And that is Cashly. Cashly's giving away a copy of Cashly every hour. So that is awesome. Thank you again, Cashly, for your donation. That is awesome. And, of course, Arted Crafted. Arted Crafted is giving a T-shirt away every hour. So if you want a chance to win, give... again, if you've given, or if you're in the process of giving, we're into the 10 o'clock and you can now, possibly win a shirt. So, and let me then now mention the ones that are for, the 10 o'clock hour. And we've got another, Scrabble Hounds. Barbara's got another one. This one is a geocaching shirt in a, Midwest Geobash set. So that is really cool. No, Jason and Neil, you are not eligible. No, you are. I'm kidding. You are. Emily's not. You are. John's not. You guys are.
Oh, come on, Gary.
You could win something,
are awesome.
It's all random anyway, random.org. And then we've got a what's called the Track Club Cash Crate. So thank you, Cash Advance. They give us 3 9-month subscriptions tonight to give away.
So cool.
Nice.
That is incredible. So thank you so much to all of our vendors who have given prizes. It's been incredible to have them aboard tonight. So, hey guys.
Howdy.
What's up?
2 of my favorite dudes, Jason and Neil. You guys are awesome. So don't let that go to your head, okay?
Oh, no problem.
I want to start off tonight with a video, and then we're going to talk a little bit, and then I'm going to show another video later. But I want to start off with the first one. So this is exclusive, another exclusive. Like Jeff gave us exclusive pictures. I think, just go with me on this, Jason, that it's exclusive, okay? So
Okay, sure.
never been seen before. Sort of a Hail Meister video that nobody's seen yet. So, in fact, even Jason hasn't seen it because I put it together, so I cobbled it together. So good or bad? If it's bad, you can blame me because I'm the one that sort of put it together. So here we go.
All right, geocachers, fess up. You found spare change in geocaches before. I have. Many, many times, in fact. And this time, I'm putting it to good use.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
I am joining the Coins for Kids crusade, put out by Neil Moore, fellow vlogger. He's actually sitting right over here next to me. You know, Neil, we were caching in Indiana and we came across several hides and we kept finding coins in these caches. And you made the comment, I think I'm going to take the coins that I find in 2021, and at the end of 2021, I'm going to donate those coins to the Podcast of Hope, which is put on by the Geocache Talk Network. And they donate that money every year to St. Jude's. I'm here today. I'm going to join you in that campaign, and I'm going to also collect some coins for kids. Today we are caching in the Quad Cities, which is on the border of Iowa and Illinois, right along the Mississippi River. And there's lots of caches here, and hopefully there might be a lot of coins too for kids. All right, we're at a multi-cache now that has a lot of favorite points. Something's cool about it. This is the first stage. Let's see if we can find some money in this one. Oh, yes, a key. All right, that key has coordinates on it, and we are going through those coordinates with the key. Let's see what we can find. All right, ground zero puts us right here. I can see the cache. Can you? It's right over here. You get that key? Oh, perfect. Unlock that and let's get in there. Yes! Oh, another geocache find. I feel like a pirate right now. All right, we got a pink plastic kindness coin. Well, that's very kind, but we can't donate this. So this is staying here. All right, what else we got here? We got a couple dimes and a couple pennies. All right, so that starts us off in the Coins for Kids campaign. 20, how much? I'm not very good at counting money. 22 cents. 22 cents starts us off. Cool. I know not all of them are gonna be filled with treasure like that, but that one pumps me up. That's my first one, and it had money in it, so let's go find some more. All right, Mr. Neal, make sure you put that key back.
All right, I got the key right here. I'll put it back.
All right, let's go see what we can find here. Oh yeah. Oh, I love the melting snow. I actually see grass here. Ah, yeah, spring is in the air, my friends. All right, now there's a geocache here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Found it. Right there. What in the world? This is something you'd find in Wisconsin, not Iowa. Right? Moo! Cash.
Hey, move over so I can get in there.
I hear a rattle. Sounds like money. Sounds like coins for kids, if you ask me. Let's see. Yes! I've never been more excited to find 2 cents in my life. But that is going in the Coins for Kids jar. All right, there it goes. Let's sign the logbook. Going to the next one.
Oh, we got muggles everywhere on this one. Oh, found it real quick. Oh, I hear shaky, shaky. Did I hear some shaky, shaky?
I brought this one in the car because I don't know if that's like toys or sounds like money. So sounds like coins for kids. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, a necklace. Okay. Looks like somebody went to Mardi Gras.
Beads.
A painted rock. That's nice. Merry Christmas. Okay. Oh, yes, 12 cents.
Yes.
12
Awesome.
cents. More? How much? Oh, 3 more pennies. Let's just dump it out. I don't know if I have anything worth this much to trade for in my car. There must be about close to 50 cents here.
I know what you could trade for that change.
Mr. Bill? No, I can't trade Mr. Bill. Him and I have lots of adventures planned in this year and stuff if he doesn't die. Or I don't know what could possibly happen, but... All right, I'm taking out about 50 cents here. Holy cow, I can barely hold it all. Oh, I'm dropping it all over the floor, like I said. And in exchange, I'm putting in Mr. Bill. Nope, nope. I can't do that. In exchange, for real, I'm gonna get away my Neil Moore Cash Tales button that I had on my backpack. I guess I don't need it anymore. Well, that brings today's total to $1.03 into the Coins for Kids campaign right there. I'm going to donate that at the end of the year, plus all the other money I can find throughout the year. So hopefully I can find a lot of caches and get a lot of money. Neil, can you tell me how much have you collected so far in your Coins for Kids campaign?
So far to date, I have collected $19.98.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot in just spare change. On behalf of Neil Moore and myself, we would like to invite you to do the same. Collect loose change you find in geocaches throughout the year of 2021. Put it in a jar and donate it to the link below in the description for the St. Jude's Podcast of Hope through the Geocaching Talk Network. All right, all you generous geocachers, while you're wondering how much geo change you're going to find in the year 2021, I'll be planning my next adventure to show you right here on Geocache with Hailmeister. We'll see you next episode.
That was good stuff, guys.
older video. Oh, look, there he is.
Oh, he's still alive.
He survived.
Oh man, that's good. I haven't heard from Mr. Bill in a long time.
Yeah, Mr. Bill talks now. Mr. Bill, you have something you want to say?
Apparently not.
Did he say I like pineapple pizza? Is that what he said?
No.
No.
So a little bit of a video from a while back, but thanks Jason for sending me that to put together. I have questions though.
You're not the only one, Gary.
I have questions. Yeah. You guys are great, by the way. Just want to point that out first and foremost. But
thank you.
So it's funny that you didn't the cow one just makes me so stupid, but it was so funny. But yeah, how long have you thought about how long you guys have been have cashed together when you have cashed together? Can you think back to the first time? I mean, when did y'all meet? I guess is the when
Jason,
did the bro
we already talked about this. Jason's gonna tell the story.
Okay. When did y'all meet?
Oh, well, it's kind of funny. I think Neil Moore and I were conversing through Twitter or something at the time, the Twitter chat that was going on every week or something like that. And I just casually mentioned to just everybody, the group or whatever, that I was going to Grand Rapids, Michigan for a hockey game. Right. And he says, "Oh man, oh yeah, hope you can carve out some time for geocache. Maybe we can meet." I'm like, "Who's this guy?" You know? Yeah. Well, I mean, this guy? Yeah. I was like, okay, well, I mean, I'm not against meeting new people or whatever. So okay, so exchanged phone numbers, I believe, and off I went with my son to Grand Rapids, Michigan. As I get close, probably within a half an hour, he says, well, I told him where I was staying. I was staying downtown somewhere in an Airbnb there, and he knew the area I was staying in. And so he says, as you get close, go around the building. It's across the street. Go around back there and act like you don't know who I am.
Okay.
Talk about having questions, Gary. I tell you what.
I can do that.
Yeah. So I'm like, maybe I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do this. I haven't ran into a bad geocacher yet, but
hey,
okay, well, let's go.
First one.
I did. Yeah. So I did. And no, I actually didn't have my son with me this trip. I was by myself. So I went behind the building, and it was like a banquet center or something, if I remember right. Right. And he was behind the building, but it wasn't the guy that I recognized from pictures and things.
Oh no.
Yeah, this guy had dark rim glasses on. He had a hat on, a camouflage hat, and a button-up shirt that was plaid.
Right.
And I'm like, what in the world? But I could tell he was getting all excited. He had his camera up on a tripod and everything. I'm like, okay, he's shooting some videos, but it's not what I thought it was.
Oh my.
So I get out of the car and I'm like, I'm supposed to be getting in with him, and he's now carrying on with a video, right? And that was the birth of Bob Billy right there. That's when I met Bob Billy.
Wow.
He was actually Bob Billy, I'm sorry. Actually, you met Bob Billy. That's incredible.
I met Bob Billy there. Yes.
Wow.
I don't know where Neil was, but Bob Billy was there.
That is an amazing story.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
What a way to start.
That video is on Neil's channel. So.
Nice.
I want to see that
You're gonna
one.
have to go back and watch.
We got to put that one in the show notes.
Yeah. The reactions are 100% authentic, so I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I pretty much figured he was going to turn and just run away, and because I mean, I was just kind of going off the cuff. This was the actual birth of Bob Billy.
Was it?
I had never done him before or anything, and I'm like, I need some kind of a video to do, and we're meeting for the first time. So I mean that was all just impromptu, nothing.
I know, right?
Catfish.
Nothing planned. It was just go for it, So the only thing that I had planned is I actually made a sticker that said "You to Uber" and put it, the "You to Uber" logo on the car. And that was the only thing that I had planned. Everything else was just off the cuff. So.
Off the cuff.
That is like a true friendship test right there. It's like either he runs away or it's meant to be good friends forever.
And it was meant to be.
Yeah. Right.
Gosh, that is so good. That is so good.
And I got in the car with him right after that. So I mean, either I'm crazy or
the only reason he stayed was because I was taking him to 10 Where I Goes. So he can up his Where I Go count. So
yeah, that's right.
Okay, I see what was. He had a mission, and you were going to help him fulfill that mission. Apparently,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So, it's worth it then. Yeah, it was worth it then. Yeah. So, the story of the dynamic duo, you guys have some great moments together, and you've shared a lot of them. What comes to mind? I'll start, Neil, with you. So what comes to mind when you think about Jason? What comes to mind?
Gary, you're kind of giving off like dating game show vibes right now.
You're right.
Well,
dating well.
I guess having watched his videos first, I just kind of figured he was a down to earth guy, nice guy. So that didn't bother me to offer to take him caching.
Yeah.
I actually even after he showed me pictures of or told me where the Airbnb was that he was going to be staying, and I offered for him to be able to stay at my home rather than to stay in that area.
Good time.
But he was a good sport about it and stayed in the Airbnb, and he should tell you that story too. But
yeah,
whenever I think of Jason, I think of just down to earth guy, good family man, loves his family and his wife and kids, and geocaching is just one of those things that can you be good at it? He's good at it. And as far as his vlogging, I would say he's got some skills in a style in his vlogging that I would rank up there as one of the best.
Yeah, I agree.
I watched I mean, before I started vlogging and watched other YouTube channels, that was kind of the reason why I started, because I'm like, some of the content out there was horrible.
Yeah.
It's just not entertaining. So other than Joshua,
Yeah.
Yeah, great guy.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So I'm going to let Jason reciprocate, but I do want to comment on that. I know it isn't easy. I've done a couple of vlogs, and they're not actually very good. I got to stay in my lane, stay in the podcasting world, because you're right, Neil. There is a true art to like you said, some people vlog, but they're not very good at it. So, but Jason makes it seem so effortlessly good, but in the background, I mean, like you said, it really is a talent. It's there's something to a person who knows how to vlog well. When you watch it and you're at the end, you're like, it's over? What's going on? You're not looking at the timestamp, and you're not like, what else is on YouTube? And those are the kinds that you love. Like you mentioned about Josh, but Jason, for me, and yours too, Neil. You were good at it too. But you get to the end, you're like, oh, 6 minutes are gone or 8 minutes are gone. You're like, oh my gosh,
right.
Is this? Yeah. So,
Yep.
So Jason, you get to take your shot at Neil. So,
well, I mean, I could basically kind of say about the same things about Neil as well too. Taking a chance and dressing up with Bob Billy and not even meeting me yet, not knowing what my reaction is going to be. I mean, that was a chance right there, right?
Right.
So, I mean, he's had me over to his house. I don't know. We don't live close. It's 4 hours driving time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's close, but it's not. He's had me over to his house about, I don't know, half dozen times now or something. Always takes me out when I'm there, and buys me lunch here and there and things like that. So he's a generous guy in himself. And I mean, let's get down to the heart of it here. We're here for Coins for Kids, and he's the one that thought up this whole thing. So
yeah,
I'm just going along with him and this whole thing. So we can probably cover that later, but I'm just going along with him. As I said, I'm joining his campaign. That was a few years ago now. So
yeah,
it's been good. It's been good being with Neil at different mega events and things, and we formed a good friendship through traveling together around the Midwest a few times, and going to different mega events and partnering up there and being in videos. It's easy to make videos with people who also know how to make videos that don't overtalk you and don't pop the lock off when you're trying to build a story or build an anticipation in your video and things like that. And some people I run across in the field and out in the wild just don't know what you're trying to do, but Neil does. He's a creator as well too, and so it's a lot easier and fun to do it with somebody like Neil or some of the other members of the vlogging community as well too. So it's good. He's been good to have around. Of course, I wouldn't have Mr. Bill here if it wasn't for Neil.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I can tell that story.
Okay, go ahead.
So
before you tell that,
okay,
we're going to do the other quick video, the montage video, and keep an eye out for Emily. She's in the montage video. So Joshua sent me a bunch of photos, and instead of me just clicking through photos, I decided to put into a little montage. So let's do the montage, and then I got some stories I want to hear. I want to hear more about Bob Billy. I want to hear more about Mr. Bill. You got to tell the story again about tomato beer. We got to do that. So, and we'll get into more of those in a minute. So let's watch the video here. Here we go.
The cracks and the corners of the world, they hide little treasures of hope where dreams collide with every step. A journey starts, coins for kids with open hearts. From the forest deep to the city light, every coin a promise, every cent a spark. Healing hands in the shadows dark. Coins for kids, we gather round, shining hope with every pound. To St. Jude's, our gifts we send. In every coin we find a friend. Podcast of hope, each word a call. Let's rise together, one and all. The change we find, the love we share, a brighter world we can prepare. Leaving jars and pockets, dreams take flight. Through selfless acts, we spread the light. The smallest coin can make a wave. Through tiny hands, the world we save. Year by year, the kindness grows. In every geocache, the glory shows. With every coin, a promise, every cheer. Coins for keys, we persevere.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was
Cool.
awesome.
Thanks for sending me keep sending me those pictures too, Jason. We'll make another one next year. So
Yeah.
I just need to mention, if you'd like a shirt, Art of Crafted does sell some shirts, Coin for Kids
It's a
shirts
nice
we're
shirt.
wearing.
Mhm.
Yep. Neil and I are wearing them tonight. But he donates the proceeds to St. Jude. So yeah, we appreciate that.
I got a question for you, Gary.
Yeah.
Song an AI song?
Yeah. It's
That's
interesting without going too deep into that, but the AI typically can't say the word geocache. So once in a while it gets it right, and it got it right once in the song. So I thought that was pretty good. But yeah. So real quick update, and then we'll get into some of these stories I want to hear. But we're at what are we at? We're at 6950. Oh, take that
wow.
back.
Yay, we went over.
Yay.
Nice.
We're over 7,000 now. Thank
Keep
you,
it coming.
GeoVet.
Yep.
Yep. Coins for Kids is great. It is great. And I guess maybe we should start there, Neil, if you want to start there, or where do you want to start? You want to start with how you created Coins for Kids to start with?
Sure.
Okay.
So even before I had the idea, I just kept noticing that we'd come across the coins while we're out geocaching, whether I was by myself or with a group of friends, whatever.
Right.
And it's like they were almost a nuisance, because it's like, what do you trade for coins? Okay, I just pulled 26 cents out. Plastic Army Man.
Yeah.
I don't know. And so,
Yeah.
but the coins were always there. And then one time I'm cashing by myself and I'm like, boy, I could really use a Diet Coke, but I didn't have any money on me, because I never carry cash, always a card or whatever. And
yeah.
And this was still back when McDonald's, you could get a Diet Coke for $1.
Right.
It was like the next cache I opened up had 4 quarters in it. I'm like,
wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Diet
meant to
Coke.
be.
So, but I thought, what a waste of good money.
Yeah.
Just how much of this is just sitting out there, oxidized pennies or whatever.
Sure.
So, and I told a friend of mine here at home, I'm like, I'm thinking I might, just start collecting all these coins out of these caches.
Sure.
And of course, my first thought was very selfish in that maybe I could collect enough that I could buy a new camera or, whatever.
Yeah.
But I thought, let's do something good with it. Let's, and I think it was about that time. I mean, you'd already had done a couple of the podcasts of hope.
Right.
I thought,
Yep.
let's just save it up and donate it. And so Jason had come to do some geocaching with me, and I think it was in December.
Yeah.
And because then, or very first part of January, I think it was very first part of January. Maybe you came for another hockey game or something. But and I'm like, okay, I'm doing it. And I told we were just a little bit north of where I live. We were doing some caching on a college campus, and I told Jay we were sitting in a parking lot of a church, and that very first video I did, we sat in the parking lot, and I told Jason, I said, "This is what I'm going to do. I want to video us finding the cache and opening it. I have no idea what's in this. We just knew it was a large or something."
Yeah.
I said, "This is all, again, impromptu. Let's just do it." And we got there, and there was 82 cents in that first cache, and I was like, that was awesome. That was a great start to everything, and so even though it was my idea, Jason was there for the first cache, and and it's just kind of snowballed, I guess, and it's been great to see how the geocaching community has just really latched onto it. I started a Facebook page for it, and people have got on there and they post their pictures, and Traveling Armadillos is like the king of finding coins, man. That dude, it's like he witches them out or something. I don't know, but
that's awesome.
But it's been great. People coming up to us at events and handing us a bag of change. The one picture you had in that video from Midwest Geocache.
Yeah.
Ursula Lee, or Sugar Baby, awesome. I think she handed me two Cool Whip containers full of pennies, which ended up being like over $10 just in pennies. So that was a lot of counting. But I get that quite often. Now, we had a chili cook-off here last month, and I had a lady come up and she hands me a $10 bill and she goes, take this. She's like, I just rounded it off and I'm giving you a 10, so people just come up and hand you money, and they're so trusting. I mean, they don't know I put that money in my pocket and walk away. They don't know, but I collect it all up, I add it up, and then add some to it to round it off, and I make my donation. So this year I donated $100, and that's a majority. I didn't even keep track this year because my life this year has just been kind of off the rails a little bit, but $75-$80 from incredible. People handing me bags of cash or coins. I did sell like the last 7 geocoins that I had. I sold those at Midwest Geocache, so that made up some of that too. So
nice.
I would like to mention about the that Facebook page and what Neil's saying there. Those pictures that you had in that montage all came from, or most of them anyway, came from the Facebook page, Coins for Kids. It just makes sense. The Facebook page, in case you haven't joined yet, you can. Some people I'd like to mention on there that showed up several times were Nicole B Genius. I've seen her in the Facebook here, or I'm sorry, in the chat room. She mentioned she was working on a second jar and had $30+ the amazing. Northwest Indiana Geocachers group. It's headed up by Tim and Monica there in Northwestern Indiana. Team Phoenix 421. They donated $66 they've collected from various events they've hosted. So they want to give thanks to the Northwest Indiana Geocachers that come to their events and do that. Emily
cool.
Renee here with us. She found $5.75 in one geocache. Is that right, Emily?
Yeah, that was that picture, one of those pictures. It was a bunch of, like the dollar coins and $half coins. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
In one time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
she
great.
even came to Michigan and found a Neil Moore cache wearing a Coins for Kids shirt, and the cache had money inside of it. So I mean,
yes,
how
that was
serendipitous
so
is that?
perfect. It was so perfect.
What cache was? I don't remember it.
It was like by a men's rental clothing. I don't, or either men's clothing.
Yep,
or
it was a challenge
shop or
cache.
something. It was a challenge.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's wild.
Yeah.
Now, some other people I like to mention are Jill and Mark DiMaggi. They live locally to me here. They found $3.47. Lisa Granny Davis. She posted. She had the fistful of dollars you saw there. She went around Midwest Geocache asking for people for dollars, and at one point, 2 people gave her 20s.
That's
So
incredible.
she got $145. I think she said she got traveling arm bills, like Neil said. Father-in-law was moving out. Said, if you can find any change in here, it's yours. And he got a bunch there. And also Tommy Go and Tell has also made several Facebook posts as well too. I also recently on my own Facebook page, I had several of these coins left over from a year or 2 ago.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
Yeah, and they're trackable, and it's got the Coins for Kids, and on the side it looks like a quarter. Yeah, I sold 5 of these.
Cool.
And it's all going to Coins for Kids. People who bought it were Curtis and Mariah from Wisconsin. Try466 is their name. Tyrone Shoelace bought one. I shipped it to him. Tyler from Massachusetts. His name is Four Swans Tea. He puts on the CMAG Mega there.
Right.
DiMaggi, Mark and Jill, again, friends of mine, bought one. And also Cole, Cash and Fish from Montana, also bought one, shipped one out to him. And that's all money going to Coins for Kids. So thank you, guys.
Awesome.
That's
Jason, awesome. I know you mentioned the Indiana cachers. Did you mention the Midwest Geocache caches?
I think that $66 came from those.
Okay.
But yeah, they put Tim and Monica build those caches out at Midwest Geocache, some really cool gadgets and dioramas and stuff. And they put little containers inside. They make a little spot for them with the Coins for Kids logo on them. So when you got a mega there with 1,500, 2,000 people, and they know about it, and they sometimes even put a little placard in there saying, if you have any spare change, drop in this bucket here, we'll collect it later. And I don't know how much came from that, but it's in that $66 that they sent me that I donated earlier today. And so, yeah, they're doing good things with that as well, too, at the mega event.
Yeah. And I know there's.
Go ahead.
Go
ahead.
I know there was a cacher that had a large, he had a building. I forget who the cacher was, and I'm sorry.
I think it's Tony Golden.
Is that the one with the building?
Yeah.
It's like a small
Tony
building.
Had it in a,
Yeah. And he's just got a can and a sign in there, and it, collects it that way. So, and I guess I just want to say that, even though we talk about Coins for Kids being coins you find in a cache, or, maybe you collect them at an event or whatever. Yeah. But I mean, any coins now just automatically go in the jar. It's, cool. If I'm out caching and if I do happen to have a $5 bill and I get a pop or whatever, and the change gets thrown in the console, it's like, no, it goes in the jar. So really, I just wanted people to be able to take their coins that usually just end up getting all nasty in their console or in a cache or whatever, and do something useful for it. I mean, when I saw the video of I think it was the first video you showed,
right?
That she was, she didn't have to wonder, how am I going to pay for her medication or her next treatment? Pennies and nickels help.
Oh, it does. One thing I know Jesse and I and now John have talked to Jillian at St. Jude, but one of the things that I mentioned is like, well, we raise 10 or 12,000 typically per year, and all that. It's like, and I'm sure you guys have, you get your $1 million, donations and stuff. We're just a sort of drop in the bucket. And something she mentioned to us before was that, they don't get those kind of donations like we would think that they get. They get their donations from folks like us. They get donations from, people that run 5Ks, and, now they might raise, for a 5K, maybe 30 or 40,000 or something. But still, there aren't that many that are doing these massive type donations that you would think. That, she was mentioning that it's everyone contributing, at any level. And it really is something that they really embrace, that they, we have been able to partner with them. A lot of obviously the videos that they provide for us, is part of they have a portal for people that are, part of their, they give. And I don't, it's nothing special. I mean, as far as, I don't think a random person gets to, get into the brand type stuff. But if you organize an event, you could contact them and you could probably get, some of the things that we use. Some of the videos are provided for us. There's other stuff in there that we don't use because we're, we want to, there's photos and there's other type materials. There's posters. There's some of those kind of materials that we just doesn't really fit for us to use in our campaign. I always look, for the videos or the pictures, but that's very important. That it does make a difference. I mean, I always tell the story every year of that really to me hits home, which is the kid walking the beach. I think you probably heard the story before, but he's throwing starfish back in the back in the ocean. And he talks about how somebody comes along and says, well, that's not making a difference. The little boy says that it's made a difference for that one.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
One at a time.
Yep.
One at a time.
Yep. That's right.
We had a suggestion, Jason. I don't know how much you could get for it, but
I saw
buddy
that
retired
suggestion.
guy, Doug McRae, says he wants you to put Mr. Bill up for auction. I think
I saw that
Mr.
suggestion,
Bill would not
Doug.
be
It was
happy about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
All right. So here's my story then for Mr. Bill. The first time. So I don't know.
Yeah, the Mr. Bill story.
Yeah, I don't quite remember what brought it about, but I ended up buying Mr. Bill. I got on Amazon and I bought Mr. Bill $10, $9.95, for Mr. Bill.
Yep.
And I bought him specifically to give to Jason because I think he wanted to do something with a video. So I bought him and I took him with me. And again, we do a lot of winter geocaching together. But
Cool.
I went. Oh, it was a leap year because we ended up in Wisconsin for a leap year event, and then we went and we were going to hike and find some caches on the Ice Age Trail. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
There in Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin, cool.
And so we get on the trail, and Jason's like, we're filming as we're going, and he's doing some stuff with Mr. Bill, and I'm doing some stuff, and So he's got Mr. Bill. This is the first time he's got him. He's doing his filming and stuff, and
Right.
he's got, Mr. Bill always has his little incidents and accidents, and so in the video you see Jason trying to shut the ammo can, and Mr. Bill's head is stuck in there.
Oh my!
And so he gets done filming, and he looks at it, he's like, oh my word, I almost cut his head off. And even to this day, he's going to show you right there.
There he is. He's got marks. He's been damaged.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He almost lost his head that day. For real.
I'm glad it was an almost.
Yeah. So I keep telling him I'll buy him another Mr. Bill for a stunt double. And he's like, no, we're good. So.
Well, apparently we already have some bids on your Mr. Bill, Jason. So I don't know. It's up to you, buddy. But
yeah,
we do have a bid of $5,000 for your Mr. Bill. So I don't know. Maybe it's worth it.
Well, Mr. Bill, nice knowing you.
Just like that.
And Doug, now you know the story. So if he does give it up and send you Mr. Bill, if it doesn't have that break
Mark
in the
on
back
it.
of the neck, he sent you an imposter.
It's not the original.
It's not the original. That's right. Yeah. That is incredible. Happy Hodag says that the video with Hailmeister and Neil Moore is the one that got him to find out about Hailmeister. So that's really cool.
Cool.
So Joe says, so long, Mr. Bill.
Oh yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, you guys, I mean, like I said, you've had some great stories, and I kind of wish that and I appreciate that y'all share those type items. So apparently we've got an update. Hang on, let me. I got to play the right item, but I can't find it. But that's okay. Let's just go right to the board here. So there's the board.
Oh my God! Wow!
Hey,
and there it is. We've made it.
Yes! Yay!
Yeah. Another year, we've made it.
Oh,
$12,196. We made our goal this year again. I can't believe we've done it. We've done it again.
Yeah,
that is incredible.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh my
so
gosh,
much,
that is
everybody.
so awesome. We did it.
That's so cool.
Making a lot of families happy.
Yeah.
Yes. Incredible. That's a lot of starfish thrown back into the ocean, my friend.
Absolutely. Yep.
It's a lot of starfish we've saved. So you guys told me one day we were at Mingo Madness, and yeah, really, and I said, how are you guys doing? I heard y'all, stayed at, I think it was an Airbnb, wasn't it, Neil? It was okay. And I said, well, how was that one? Because they're all, always a little different. But, well, let me tell you a story about this Airbnb. So y'all need to regale everyone again with the story of the tomato beer.
Do you want to start this one, Jason? Or
it's crazy?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So you asked me about Jason and what kind of guy he is, and the one great thing about Jason is, and I don't know if he loves doing this, but he's great at finding accommodations. Whenever we're doing, like when we went to Seattle, when we went to Memphis, all these places, he finds our Airbnb. I usually rent the car, somebody else, whatever. Yeah. So he found a good priced Airbnb. It was in Coleman, I think is the town, it's 25 miles east of Colby.
Yeah.
So
which Colby, by the way, if people have not been out there, is also in the middle of nowhere. So you guys are in the middle of You guys weren't even in the middle of nowhere. You were on the edge of nowhere. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So, and we're driving out there. We all, Jason and I and Craig, C. Michelle, we all met up.
It's not a huge city.
We all flew into Denver at the same time, kind of the same time. So we had got in the car and we headed out there, and we turned down the road. It happened to be at a farm, and we turned down the road and we weren't even sure we were on the right road, the dirt road. But we get there, and it was a nice Airbnb. We were in these people's basement. It was very nice accommodations. The farmer that owned it, he's like, well, hey, let me give you a little tour. And he kind of takes us outside and shows us around a little bit. And he says, well, come on in here in my, I don't know what he called it, his man cave,
Right.
And it was like a small building, like a little house. And it was like just across the driveway. So we walk in and there's like a bar to the right.
Right.
And there's ammo cans everywhere, and for a geocacher, you're like, wow, look at all these ammo cans. It's great. These were all filled with actual ammo. And the guy's throwing 50 cal rounds up on the bar, and he's like, you want to see the gun that goes with this? I'm like, no, that's all right. I figured he'd pull out a big Barrett 50 cal.
Right.
But he said he had like 15,000 rounds in there, but he had a refrigerator, and he's like, he's behind the bar, and Craig and Jason and I were sitting at the bar, and he pulls out the red Solo cups, and he's like, you guys ever have red beer? And we're like, no, and I'm like, I'm not a beer drinker. I don't even like the taste of beer, and I know Jason, he likes his, Bud Light, and I don't know what Craig drinks. He likes his beer nibblies. But so the guy goes to the fridge and he pulls out some Coors, and he puts about half a cup, fills the Solo cups about halfway with Coors, and then he took out this bottle of I don't know. It was like red tomato juice with some spice or something in it, and he tops it all off.
Oh my goodness.
And he's like, hey, this is what we drink here. And so we're all like, okay, when in Rome. Okay. So Jason takes a drink, and he kind of makes this little face or whatever, and he's like, and he takes another sip and sets it down, and Craig, he's like, he sets it down. I don't know. And I took a taste. I'm like, ooh, that's pretty good. So
Scott's calling it Clamato.
Like, whatever that is.
Yeah.
I always pronounce it different. It sounds like a social disease or something, but I thought it was pretty good. And Jason, the beer drinker, he didn't like it. So I drank Jason's too. And I slept pretty good that night.
I bet.
It's, and I am not a drinker, Diet Coke. That's me right there. Diet Coke.
You,
but that tasted pretty good. And these guys are like, no. But that was the first night? I think that was the first night. And then the next night we spent most of the evening out at Joshua's Airbnb, where we saw
he had
Starlink.
a whole different setup.
Oh yeah. And we got back, and the next day in the morning, the farmer come out. He's like, well, you guys didn't come back last night. He's like, I was all set. He's like, and then when we were leaving, he had actually bought a bottle of that.
Oh my goodness, Clamato
or whatever it is. He's like, here, I bought this for you, so you can go back and have more. I'm like, I brought a backpack. I don't have a check bag. What? I'm like, I'm sorry. I really appreciate it, but I can't. I did a backpack.
Wow.
So yeah.
Oh,
Wasn't a
Very
big fan.
generous.
I'm not a big fan of tomato juice to begin with.
no.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
like
now you guys
tomatoes.
got me thinking. How would that go with the pickle pizza? You know,
No.
It'd be like a Bloody
No.
Mary, pizza.
Yeah, you could do a
I
Bloody
may
Mary.
have to do it. In fact,
I mean, that's what it reminded me of. It tasted a lot like
Insane.
a Bloody Mary.
Yeah. Scott's up in Alaska, so apparently it's an Alaskan thing. So he says his little lady won't drink beer without clamato in it. So
Yeah.
I guess if you get hooked on something like that, I guess you get hooked on something like that.
I guess it's one of those local things out there. So
I guess.
Yeah.
So we're getting sort of toward the end, but you do get to, well, and I mentioned this to you guys, I think when we were in Memphis, and that is, it always means a lot to me to be able to see you guys when we can see each other and, not across the video or anything, but are you, do you guys have, of course y'all live near each other, but as far as like the rest of the geocaching and vlogging community, are you guys starting to make some plans for 2025? Are y'all? I mean, it's a long way away, but had y'all have thoughts about Geo Woodstock? 'Cause I know y'all go to your local. I mean, Midwest Geobash is really fairly close for you guys, but are y'all thinking about possibly going to Geo Woodstock this year? You think, or?
Oh yeah.
We've started talks.
Cool.
My life being what it is this year, I'm scheduled for back surgery on January 13th.
Oh.
So I'll be off work for a little bit. So my physical being and my financial being is going to kind of weigh on the West Virginia thing, but I would really like to go. I mean, it's West Virginia and West Virginia Tim, so
yeah.
I've not been out there yet. So
yeah. Now you've had good news though on the cancer front, right?
Yeah, I've been cancer free for 2.5 years.
That's
awesome.
I had my surgery 2.5 years ago, and then I had my 2-year checkup in June, and he's like, "You're good to go." So
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, people are mentioning about the G word for that. So, Jason, you're nodding your head. So I get to hang out with you a little bit in Morgantown. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Good. Yeah. Emily, gonna make the trip over?
You're gonna miss the Giga, Emily?
No.
I did. Yeah, so at least I have one under my belt.
Okay, but
I gotta come to Pennsylvania in October for something else, so you just can't do it all.
Thank you, Angel.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to go for I originally scheduled to go to Arizona last year, but it didn't work out. But I'm planning on G Woodstock, and I got plans for Bamarama, so those two are kind of at least semi-planned. But do you guys? I think you mentioned, Jason, you're not like as close as some people might think. You're 4 hours away from each other, but and you can get to Midwest Geobash. You can do those sometimes. Are y'all just planning sort of any kind of geo trip outside of megas? Are y'all gonna try to get together and go after a cache or anything? Or
well, yeah, I had mentioned to Neil about something toward the end of March. We'll have to see on that one too. Again, what you just said, but yeah, looking at possibly going down to. I want to make a trip down to Hattiesburg and do their geo tour. So we'll see.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those that are also wondering about, there's 4 folks here that will have a cache on a geo tour. So Neil, when you get feeling better, you can go to Oregon, New York, Texas, and Illinois find
beautiful,
some
wonderful spots.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
find some Cache Odyssey caches that'll be out there.
I
So,
do have a sister-in-law that lives in Fort Worth, so we might have to
cool.
make a trip.
Yeah, if you come on down, we can you can come out and find a Cache Odyssey cache. So they're they're looking good. They're not going to spoil any spill the beans on any of them, but there are some incredible stories I've already heard about ones that are being made, and it's amazing. So for those that are out there that want to find, put them on your list. If you go through a certain spot, kind of like Cache Across America, if you go to a spot, now you got a couple that you can sort of add to your list. If there, is there a Cache Across America nearby, and is there a Cache Odyssey that's nearby? You might want to pick those up. So, we're getting toward the end tonight. Again, I appreciate you two guys a lot, but also that you guys are willing to be the last of the last guests tonight, and being able to sacrifice the late night for the show. I think a lot of people too. It works out because we have a lot of people who, and we encourage folks to give their Coins for Kids during Coins for Kids. So I know that we're going to see, when we go back and look at the numbers, I think that a lot of people like to give during that, give their Coins for Kids during that hour, which I think is really really neat. But again, thank you guys for being a part of that. It looks like people are planning for next year. People are going to start getting the jars and jugs out.
Oh yeah, I saw that in the chat. I want to do the same. I haven't done the whole community aspect of it, but this is completely inspiring to do that.
Yeah,
St. Jude, it can't be better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a great idea to do like a jar. I mean, like the Granny walking around and walking out with a jug, going Coins for Kids or Cache for Kids, and just kind of put them in there. So
let me at my work, we just installed a wide format printer, and we have the ability now to print and cut contour shaped stickers.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I have tried there's a learning curve there.
Sure.
And I've got a few Coins for Kids stickers cut out.
Oh, cool.
They didn't do very well. I got to try it again. And I know there have been a couple people that have asked me for stickers in the recent past, and I have not fulfilled that request, and I'm sorry about that. But if you email me, neil.moore@gmail.com,
cool,
and give me your address, I will mail it. And the sticker is going to be about probably 4 inches wide and 3 inches tall, something like that.
Okay.
But if you email me and give me your address, I will send you a sticker.
Oh, awesome.
As soon as I get them cut.
Awesome.
Cool. So,
thank you, Neil, and
sure.
Good luck with the surgery.
Thank you.
Blessings to you, my friend, and thanks everybody. John, thanks, and Emily for being on tonight.
And thank you everyone for donating. So exciting to be here to see us reach our goal.
Just incredible for the community to come together with this one. And Gary Wright, even after tonight, people can still donate at podcastofhope.com if they would like to do so.
Absolutely. If you're listening to this later, you can donate really anytime. But for this particular campaign, you can donate all the way up till July. And then we switch to we close out the campaign and we'll start the 2025 campaign in July. So if you're listening to this and it's April of 2025, you can still give, and really you can always give at Podcast of Hope, because once this campaign wraps up, and the campaign is based on Tiltify that we use, that's their end of year in a sense. Is they start doing the campaigns again. They start up the new campaign. So we'll switch to a different campaign for next year. We'll figure out an amount that we want to raise, and we'll get updates for folks on that once we get to that point. But yeah, you can always give at podcastofhope.com. So if you listen to this later, you can donate there. Thanks to Jesse for being. He's in the wings. I don't know if he wants to. He's just waving, so he's having internet issues. So there he is.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, Jesse.
Go join for a minute.
Thanks for all your behind the
You can
scenes
see me.
today.
It's
Jesse.
going so slow. I'm so far behind, but I'm in the
Jesse
chat
wants
room, so it's okay.
Jesse's ready to chunk it into the swamp outside. Give it to the alligators. But all right. Well, thanks everyone, and we'll see you down the road, and see you next. No show tomorrow, but we'll have a show the next Sunday. Actually, we'll have a show Tuesday, right, Emily?
Yeah, Challenge Talk on Tuesday. Yep.
Yeah. You want to share anything about the?
Yeah, we have a
Tuesday?
guest from Australia. So we're going to be talking about what challenge caching is like in Australia and unique challenges they face achieving specific goals that might be easier for us in the United States.
Wow, awesome. Australia. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've had some
a
great
live guest. Yeah. So we're
live
gonna
guest, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna like break that time zone barrier and make it
That sure
happen.
beats a dead guest, you know.
Yeah, it really does.
Much better.
Yeah, those aren't lively shows, Neil.
No.
They are not.
Those are a little weird. But we'll we just had Brazil recently, and thanks, Burnt Turtles.
Thanks, Tony.
We had Brazil recently, and now we're doing Australia, so we're
Yeah.
definitely keeping it international. So all right. Well, good night, everybody. Thanks again. Thanks to everyone who donated, and we'll get the prizes figured out next week, and who knows, you might be a winner. So all right, here we go.
Thank you for being with us tonight and supporting St. Jude kids like me.